It is now the beginning of the fall semester. This is my slightly compressed studio space for this fall. Same area as my one I have for the summer, even though I mostly worked at home. I think this one is a little bit more streamlined though. I now have my drawing table, which I picked up this summer, and have a little bit of a project back here that I'm working on for an artist named Graham Jones, who I've been a fan of for a while. He's working with me and a graphic artist named Red Yeti Creatives, Red Yeti Studios, I think. I'm doing the drawing portion of it, and the other fellow, Red Yeti, will be compositing all together and to make it kind of look like Graham's face from afar, if that makes any sense. Oh, I got this the other day, which y'all kind of already saw, but it's the color proof for the special meal. It's so fun to hold this physically after only seeing it on a computer screen. I sent my revisions to the publisher a few weeks ago, and the book is coming out on September 13th, which is in 11 days, so we'll see how that turns out. Like I said from my previous post, I have this one class block. It's like, technically call it an advanced studio seminar, where it essentially is an independent study where I get to focus on a body of work or an individual project for the entirety of the semester. So I'm planning on doing a children's book adaptation of J.R.R. Tolkien's Leaf by Niggle. It's a somewhat little known short story, but it's very popular in the Rabbit Room area of folks. If you have not read that yet, I highly recommend it. You can easily find a PDF copy, a quick Google search. As I'm trying to adapt this story, I have to, unfortunately, cut out, I think, a lot of things that I find really enjoyable about it because it needs to be 32 pages and it has to be concise. So all the little kind of rabbit trails that Tolkien goes on might not work in the typical children's book format. Now, the look, the medium of this book will probably be more like my watercolor style as opposed to my printmaking style. I have all this spare dip pen ink that I have lying around, so I should probably start using that for this project. One book that came out recently that I absolutely love, and I might try to draw some inspiration from, is called Crispin's Rainy Day. So Crispin's Rainy Day. This is published by Cannonball Books, written and illustrated by Forrest Dickinson. This is the first book that he's written for Canon Press and one of many that he's illustrated for them. Other such titles include Blah Blah Black Sheep and Sir Badalot and the Cranky Danky Dragon. He pulled a lot of inspiration from Hayao Miyazaki, Studio Ghibli films, with both the character design and his colors. I'm going to show you a few of my favorite spreads, not to spoil too much of this book. His illustrations have this wonderful action that your eye can kind of just wander around the scene, not get too overwhelmed with what's going on, but there's always new details to pick up. And then, let's see here, this spread, the whoosh of the dragon. The energy from the motion lines and then also the highlights on the characters from the lighting, it all just works really well together for this dragon's entrance. And like I said, the little details you pick up on later, this frog throwing his knife at the dragon just pings off. Some things I want to pull a little bit of inspiration from Forrest's style is his pen and ink work and the coloring mesh so well together. He has a digital coloring process somewhat similar to what I have right now that's trying to emulate this watercolor look. So I want to lean into that more and use traditional pen and ink work with digital coloring. So I don't want to spoil too much of it. If you have kids, this book is delightful. And back to camera Luke. One question I have for you guys is if there are any stickers or prints I was to make to sell, what would you want to see? I have two sticker designs I did for a Maker's Fair last year. The duck one sold far more than the other guy. I think cuteness is the main factor. So if there's anything that you've seen that I've done that you maybe want a sticker of, let me know. Thank you so much for stopping by my studio and supporting me on Patreon. It means the world to me. And until next time, cheers.